What a day of Test cricket we have seen when Rishabh Pant fell off on the ground, rolled over, leading edge flew up and got caught at deep third. Man, nobody thought India would get this far, except for maybe two persons, two players, two batters who were out there for better part of today. Nitish, Kumar, Reddy and Washington Sundar, who have kept India alive and who have kept India in the contest on day three of the Boxing Day Test between India and Australia, and maybe the Border Gavaskar Trophy series as well. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Diaries from Down Under. And this has been a very special day for Indian cricket, not just Indian cricket but Nitish Kumar Reddy. Uh, after the madness that India had on day two, I mean, it only followed with Rishabh Pant uh, sort of throwing his wicket away, trying to scoop not once but twice on consecutive deliveries, and then Jadeja falling to Nathan Lyon. But when Nitish Reddy and Washington Sundar came together, there was a sense of calm around them. There was a sense of belief that showed that they know they're not wavered, they're not going to go anywhere. They're just going to spend time in the middle, and they're not going to miss out anything that was there to be hit. Especially Reddy, who who's been very proactive, who's been very compact throughout the story. He's made multiple 40 plus scores. He's been one of the best middle order batters India has had, except that he has come sometimes way too low for him to do more than what he has so far. But today was a chance where he had Washington for company as well, and all he had to do was just bat, and bat. And that is exactly what they did. They batted through the first session and then they came back. They batted almost through the second session as well. The Nitish Reddy was the first one to get to 50. He took on Nathan Lyon. He was charging and got Bolan so much that Bolan had to bring the keeper in front to counter Reddy in some way possible. But they did not fish for anything that is extravagant. They did not do anything that's out of the blue. They just dropped and run. They just made sure scoreboard was moving. They just batted. And what also probably helped is, as Washington mentioned after the day's play, was the constant messages that kept coming. And Washington, being the senior, was played with Reddy in Sunrisers Hyderabad. Kept calming him down, kept telling him what's required from both of them at that point in time. Reddy was the first to get to the half century, and he had the Pushpa celebration as well. His box office, let's be very honest, we have seen in the IPL, we have seen in white ball, we have seen so far in this test series as well. Nitish Reddy has been a box office batter. He might have little bowling blue so far. He might have a long way to go as a seam bowler, especially at this level. But in terms of batting, he's box office, and he showed that today as well. There were 83,000 fans today at the ground. It's going to be a record-breaking test match here at the MCG for any test in terms of the crowd attendance. Third consecutive day where more than 80,000 fans have come, and Reddy treated them well. And how in front of his parents, in front of his sister, first the 50 came, and then there was a rain break, and then they bided time because the pitch was a little bit sticky, and they had to give those 10 overs where only 13 runs came, but eventually that. But then first, Washington was the first to get his, second to get his 50. Once he fell, there was a little bit of tension. Bumrah was there, and Reddy was trying to farm strike, but then Bumrah took a double and then got out. In the end, he was left with Mohammad Siraj, who you remember in Chennai was there, was defending till Ashwin got to his century. There was a ball here as well where he defended and probably got the biggest cheer, only to be engulfed by the cheer that came when moments after, when Reddy eventually got to his century by a shot down the ground. He ran towards the direction in which his family was sitting. He brought out the whole Bahubali celebration of kneeling in front, the bat stuck on the ground with the helmet on it, and then dedicated it to his family as well. First of many more centuries to come for India as well as in this test format. Nitish Reddy has had a memorable day. He and Washington, who also got to a half century, have helped India finish the day on 358 for 9. When the day started, it did not look like they will get this far. It did not look like they will bat this long. For all Australia could have been first follow on. That's how bad the situation looked. But it is these two youngsters who could probably be the future middle order for India sooner than later. They held their own. They made sure the state did not go anywhere else. They stayed with India, that the Indian team stayed in the contest of the match as well as the series. 3 days are done, 2 more days to go. There's still conditions are pretty much overcast. There's not much rain on forecast as well, but Australia is still ahead in the game. They have a lead of 116 runs. All Washington and India at this point is believing is to reduce the deficit as much as possible, and then probably all out Australia for 100, 150 runs, and then come out and try and chase whatever that's left to do. The first step would be, of course, Reddy trying and maximizing the total as much as possible. The deficit at this point is 116. India would love to get it down to 50 or 60 and then take it from there. But that is for tomorrow, that is for later. But day 3 of this Boxing Day Test match is all about Nitish Reddy and Washington Sundar, the two batters, the two all-rounders who came together to save the day for India.